All right, now we continue to move on. Going to take a look up to player 25. Take a look at our Fantasy Pros rankings. So today's going to be Baez, Bogarts, Alonso, Alvarez, and Torres. So I already uploaded them all into the Excel spreadsheet. So our last three ranked were Devers, Tatis, and Altuve. Devers, Tatis, Altuve, and then the new five. So we'll kind of just take a look at everyone together. And we'll start with Baez. So Altuve, high contact rate, but unsustainable power from last year. I don't see him repeating the 31 home runs. Something I don't think that we did. Take a look at his career numbers. He's never really had that sort of power. High OPS, because he had high batting averages in the past. Maybe he can get back up there, still give you a 900 OPS. High average. But I don't see him maxing out those home runs again. And we took a look at the home run to fly ball rate from last year. It's just not sustainable for Altuve. So Baez, similar counting stats to Altuve from last year at least. However, very, very different type of hitter. We'll take a look. So Baez with the steals, people were excited about him. 30 home run potential, 20 plus stolen base potential. But look at how many times he got caught those years. 11 steals, 7 caught stealing. Not a great ratio. Wouldn't be drafting him for the stolen bases. Let's take a look. Comparing him specifically to Altuve, strikes out way more often than Altuve. Career BABIPs are about the same. Similar so far. ISO, Baez a little more consistent with the higher ISO. Like I said, Altuve's year last year was crazy good. I don't think that he's repeating it. Okay, here we go. Fly balls. Fairly similar. Home run to fly ball ratio. Similar last year. But again, Baez with the more consistent power. Okay. I think Baez, let's see what the speed rating was. Baez with more speed, more potential for stolen bases, even though he gets caught a lot. More speed, a little more power than Altuve. So I like that. Let's continue to look at the plate discipline here. Big difference between these two players. Baez, swinging a lot more often out of the zone pitches and making very little contact on those swings. And in zone, not even 80%. Altuve's upper 80s. Overall contact, Altuve. That's why Altuve, batting average league, I'm leaning Altuve. OPS, though, if you're looking for more of the power, think about Baez. But Baez, terrible, terrible plate discipline. And then expected WOBA. So last couple years, not too far off, but Altuve, higher expected WOBA. Launch angle, neither one of them are blazing it with the launch angle. Exit velo. Baez, past couple years really figured it out. Whatever he's doing, he's able to hit almost 90. 89.6, 91. And the barrels are there for Baez. So, yes, this batting profile scares me. That low contact rate. Especially on the in-zone pitches. Those are the ones you want to be hitting. See, I think we skipped over the home run. The fly ball was similar to Altuve. Sustainable, though. He's got a few consistent years, about 20% average for his career. It's not bad. I like that. He's going to give you more power. He's going to give you slightly more speed than Altuve. I got to bump him over Altuve for now. But I don't know if I'm going to put him over Tatis. I think Tatis can improve this year. He will regress with some of that power. But even if he goes down, Tobias is 20% home run to fly ball. I think that his speed is superior to Baez. His power, there's so much potential in such a young player. They both strike out a lot. Actually, I'm seeing a lot of similarities now that I look. Expected WOBAs were about the same. More hard contact, also more soft contact. You just got to get an overall feel for the picture. You got to look at all these stats and really determine what you're looking at. Overall contact low. Launch angle not quite there. Exit velo, okay. So it's going to be personal preference at this point as far as Baez versus Tatis. I'm going to lean Tatis over Baez, but that's with the assumption and the hope that Tatis takes a step forward in his second year. No sophomore slump. Not hoping for that. Hoping he takes a step forward. Baez, we kind of know what he is now. He's got a couple consistent years of his production. So you either love him or hate him. And based on your league, you have to check what his position eligibility is going to be for this year. Maybe that's the type of thing that you look at and you're going to cherish with a player. I think Tatis can easily match these numbers. Easily. Especially OPS league. Baez never hit 900. I think Tatis has potential to do that. So, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead, keep Tatis over Baez, but I'm going to put Baez over Altuve. A little more power, a little more speed. Let's keep moving on. Bogarts. So Bogarts, teammate of Rafael Devers. And I see a lot of similarities in their profiles here. I think they're going to be ranked fairly close. If we look just at last year's stats, nearly identical seasons. Low 900 OPS, 309, 311 batting average. Handful of stolen bases, 32, 33 homers. Look at how similar those counting stats are. So going forward, you can kind of be like, oh, is that going to be the production that they're going to give me? Go to roster resource just to get the projected lineup for the Red Sox. It's like Mookie, Devers, Bogarts. Martinez, Benintendi behind them. This is a stacked lineup. A lot of runs and a lot of RBIs to go around. So I wouldn't necessarily think the number 2 or number 3 slot's going to be more valuable. They're both going to be putting up big numbers. So let's look at the batting profile now. Walks. Bogart's able to take a few more walks, striking out about the same amount. A little better for Bogart's, a longer track record of below 20% strikeouts. So I like that. It's a plus. Habits are about the same. Career and last year. WOBA, and we'll take a look at expected WOBA in the StatCast section. ISO, pretty similar. Bogart's got a couple years of 200 ISOs. And the speed, neither one of them is gonna, I would expect to get more than 15 bases. But we'll see. Fly balls, line drives, ground balls. So Bogart's getting it up in the air slightly more than Devers, and we'll take a look at the launch angle when we get there too. Just keep that in mind. Home run to fly ball fairly similar. Past couple of years, Devers be a little more pop in the bat at this point in his career. Soft hit. Bogarts is hitting the ball a little harder than Devers. Out of zone swing, Bogarts better plate discipline. He's not chasing under 30%. That's better than Altuve. He's got a better eye than Altuve. And that zone contact, elite. Bogarts is going to put the bat on the ball. 80% overall contact. That's a big plus for Bogarts. And then the expected WOBA. These are two very, very closely ranked players here. The launch angle. There for Bogarts. Exit velo. Both of them over 90 miles per hour. I like having those in my players. Slightly higher barrel rate with Devers. So again, maybe it's a positional thing. I think they're going to be, A and B right next to each other in my final rankings just because of how similar the profiles are. Bogarts, better contact, hits the ball a little harder overall. Stolen bases, negligible difference there. Both hit for average. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to slot him above Devers, but then let's take a look. Aaron Judge. Can I put him over Judge? I don't think that I can. Judge has that raw power. Assuming health, Judge is going to have 50-plus home run potential. You can't say that for a lot of players in the league. So I'll keep Judge up there. Even though Judge has terrible plate discipline. But Bogarts, Devers, Tatis, Baez, Altuve. I'm very excited for these next two players. Pete Alonso and Yordan Alvarez. These two guys can mash, and I like power in my league. Neither one of them are going to get you speed, but this is elite power that we're looking at. These are guys going to be absolute studs. And take a look at this. I checked this up earlier because I was curious. We'll wait for spring training and official reports, but Yordan Alvarez, elite power. He's batting in the 6th slot in this stacked lineup. But he'll have his opportunities. These guys ahead of him are going to get on base. He'll have his opportunities for RBIs. No worries there. Let's just take a look. Peter Alonso, rookie season, 53 home runs. Yordan Alvarez, 300 less plate appearances, 27, 78 RBIs. This guy's on a monster pace. He was having a monster breakout year. Let's look at some of the advanced stats between the two of them. Yordan, able to draw more walks. Both striking out a decent amount here. Better than Tatis. Better than Baez. Slightly better than Baez. But when comparing them to someone like Baez, their power is off the charts. Look at these ISOs. 320, 342. That's ridiculous. It's Michael Trout type numbers. It's Aaron Judge type numbers. Then the WOBA. We'll look at the expected WOBA. Did they overperform last year, or is that legit? And Alvarez, he hits the ball so hard. Look at that 366 batting average balls in play. Like I said, no speed to be found with these two players, but I love them both. Fly ball, home run to fly ball. Let's do our comparison here. So it's fly balls per batted ball event and home runs per fly ball. So if you multiply them together, you're going to get home runs per batted ball event. So every time they put the ball in play, is it going to be a home run? What's the percentage? So there we go. That is for Alonso and for. It's about the same. Alonso with 12.7% of the time you put in the ball in play, it's a home run. And then 12.2% for Alvarez. And now you look at this 30% home run to fly ball. You think, well, is this going to be sustainable? For some players, I don't think that it is. But for these players, they're hitting the ball so hard. They're putting the ball in play. They're getting the fly balls. Even some of their line drives are going to be leaping. So I think that it is sustainable for them. So because Alvarez has a lower sample size from last year, 300 to 400 plate appearances, I want to just take a look at some of his minor league numbers. The high WOBA was there before. He showed signs of that. High BABIP was there before. I think what he did last year is sustainable. Now, if we go to Fernando Tatis, I know he had over 400 BABIP, and I was like, well, this is not sustainable. He's mid. He could be mid upper 300s, but I don't think he keeps that. I think he does regress. Okay, but obviously a very good player. Obviously still going to be, top 20, top 25 in my rankings by the end of it. So let's continue to look at these two players here. Hard hit. Oh my gosh, Alvarez. Over 50%. He can punish the ball. Now let's look at the discipline. Alvarez with good plate discipline. 30% outside. Now that's not too far off from Bogarts. Way better than Devers. 340 for Alonso. So that's also not a terrible number. Look at the zone contact, overall contact. Alvarez put the bat on the ball, and I like to see that. Then the expected WOBA, 432, expected 410. That is a ridiculous number there. And then 374. So I love Peter Alonso. I love Alvarez. Just looking at this though, both pretty good launch angles. Elite exit velo for Alvarez. Look at that. And then barrels. So I got to put Alvarez over Alonso wherever they end up. But this is where you kind of take a look and say, well, who are some of my top tier power guy? The last one that I had, the JD, Rendon, Bregman, Freeman. So let's look at Freeman, Harper, Judge, and then our two guys. Okay. So I said I already think Alvarez is going to be over him. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. So where do they fit? Are they just going to be that next tier of power, or can they actually surpass them? And it's difficult because Alvarez has a small sample size. But he put up unbelievable numbers. So, one thing that differentiated Freeman in that group from this group was the plate discipline. Okay, Harper's going to give you some speed. So I like that. That's definitely why he's over Judge. But let's just look at this real quick. BABIP. WOBA. Judge and Alonso are very similar. Judge had that big breakout year, over 50 home runs. Alonso in his rookie season, over 50 home runs. Some injury concerns with Judge, core muscle injuries. He missed a lot of time the past couple seasons. But if he's healthy, he's going to be unbelievable. He's good for that over 30% home run to fly ball. Look at this hard hit. Okay, so I think it's going to come down to plate discipline. Zone contact, overall contact. Alvarez might be a little better than Freeman in that regard. Alvarez swinging less often at pitches outside his zone. So launch angle, expected WOBA, Freeman 390, 380, 400. I think Alvarez can keep this up and give similar numbers there. And I think he'll be consistent with the launch angle. Judge, same thing, 400, 390, 400, 380s. Elite exit velo, elite barrels. I'm tempted. Do I dare put Alvarez even over Freeman? Pretty similar. And when they're similar, you got to go with who's going to punish the ball a little more. So Alvarez overjudged too. Better plate discipline. 25% strikeouts, better than Harper as well. Freeman strikes out less. Hmm. No, I think I do it, but then who's over Freeman? Bregman. And Bregman has the elite contact. I don't think he jumps over them. I think I'm okay putting Jordan over Freddie Freeman. Is that crazy? That would put him at number 14. Anyone else at FantasyPros have Jordan at 14? Yeah, some people think of him that high. I think that I'm one of them. We're just kind of hoping he doesn't have that sophomore slump. Crazy ranking there. And then as far as Peter Alonso, a lot of similarities to Judge. Judge has an elite exit velo. And like I said, it's not giving you the speed that Harper could. So I think definitely not over Harper. I don't know if I'm going to put him over Judge either. I like Judge's lineup a little better. I like his home ballpark better. I like his consistent stats. You just got to keep him healthy. So we'll keep Judge, but where should Alonso go then? Alonso over Bogarts? I think we got to take a look to really find out. Bogarts with way better play discipline, not going to strike out. The ISO, though, huge difference there. Home run to fly balls. Alonso's going to give you 40-plus homers. He's hitting the ball hard. Like we talked about with Bogarts and Devers, they're not going to give you but a handful of stolen bases. But the end zone contact is elite. Even the WOBA, expected WOBA, it's not too far off. Very respectable for Bogarts. And he's got the launch angle, matching Alonso with the exit velo. So I don't think I put Alonso over Bogarts. And I don't think he's over Devers then, just because Devers and Bogarts were so similar. I think I can put him over Tatis though, because I think that his production from last year will be more reflective of this year than Tatis. I think, I'm worried about Tatis with some regression, and people might be overhyping him just a bit. But at the same time, Tatis can really break out in a major way. So I want to be careful about that. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, so definitely over Tatis. Just based on StatCast, based on plate discipline. Alonso's a little better there too. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at our final player. Who was that? Gleiber. So, last time I checked, he played for the Yankees, still in the same division as Baltimore Orioles. So as long as he's playing against the Orioles, he's a must start, obviously. But look at these. Very good counting stats last year. OPS, okay, respectable. Not quite at the level where some of these guys above him are at. Decent average, 270. You could hit 280, absolutely. So let's see, who's directly above Torres right now? We have Baez, Altuve. Okay. So let's just do that real quick. this is who we're comparing him to right now. The walk percentage, he's able to draw walks. You know, relative to these guys, I'm not concerned about that. You know, K's a little more than Altuve, but better than Tatis Baez last year. And the BABIP is going to be around league average. No problem there. The WOBA's fairly high, respectable 350s. We'll see where his expected's at. The ISO, you know, I'd say better power than Altuve overall. Pretty similar to Baez. Not a ton of speed. How many bags did he get last year? 5 with 2 caught, so you're not drafting him for speed. But here we go. Fly ball. 20% home run to fly ball. And he's hitting a lot of fly balls. Over 40%. You know, that's going to translate to a lot of home runs then for him. So I'm going to guess that his launch angle is also fairly up there. Hitting the ball pretty hard. Okay. All right, so based on 2 years of work, and let's see what his plate appearances. 2 semi-full years, 600, 480 plate appearances. You know, I think his power is more consistent than Altuve. Doesn't have as much speed as Baez. Let's look at his plate discipline, because I know Baez was terrible out of zone. He's not swinging as much in zone. Very, very respectable. You know, I think Tatis, you know, I keep saying he's going to regress a bit, but I think Tatis has an opportunity to put up better numbers than Torres overall. But Torres versus Baez is an interesting. I think he's got more power than Altuve. Less speed than Baez, but with the plate discipline being overall better, you know, I might be tempted to put him over Baez. Expected WOBA 340s past 2 seasons, similar to Baez. But the launch angle, see, this is what I'm looking at. You know, I always say greater than 90 exit velo, greater than 15 launch angle. So he's figured out the launch angle. He's hitting more fly balls, especially in that park in New York. He's going to put out home runs. You know, Baez and Torres, you got to consider the position eligibility as well. So let's see. Let's look at Baez's trends here. He's been consistent with that home run to fly ball and with the fly balls. But Torres took a step up with the home run to fly balls last year. You know, could that be a sign that he's trending in the right direction? He's going to pop some more home runs. The exit velo, you know, went up a tick. Maybe he continues to go up. You know, you look at Baez, he went from 86.9 to 89 to 91. You know, maybe Torres can match that this year. Hitting it harder than Baez. Less soft contact. So I like Torres over Baez. Not quite at Tatis's level, though. Definitely over Altuve, you know, because I don't think Altuve is going to have the power numbers that he had last year. So let's go ahead and put that in the ranking. All right, and that's where we sit for the top 25 for now. We'll do top 30 next video and continue to reevaluate, you know, our rankings thus far throughout the entire preseason, all the way up to draft day. All right, see you guys next time.